Okay, folks, Andrew Bopros here. Well, I'm gonna give you a little appetizer, a little hors d'oeuvre, a little morsel, a little taste of the Chargers and Bengals game. Gonna break down some stats, show you what I think, what the experts say, and we'll talk a little more about some predictions and what we can expect in this game. I think it's gonna be an interesting one, guys. Plenty to break down, so let's get into
Bull Bros.
Okay, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Bopros. So let's just see what some of the experts are saying about this game, who's going to win, who's not going to win, yada yada. 6-4 Bengals on this slide, and I'm seeing anywhere from 50%. It looks kind of like a toss up. I think Vegas has us winning by one, and it's probably just because we're in LA at this point. But it is interesting to see because I look at this and go, well, I think the Chargers in some ways match up better, but the Bengals in some ways match up better too. So it is a bit of a toss up if you look at it. I think home field advantage will make a big difference. So fans, please be there. By the way, Kyle will be there. James and I will not be there. So if you do see Kyle at Thunder Alley, which he's planning on attending, please say hello to him for sure. So let's talk a little about the injury report, guys. Pretty interesting. Everything's pretty much full. The one did not practice, Khalil Mack. I am a little worried about him because I do think that it will be interesting to see. I asked the question, do we really need him this game? I would like to say the answer is yes. The problem is with him specifically is we do have, Joey Bosa's back and he looked pretty good. Thule looks amazing and Bud Dupree looked amazing. So I can make the argument that we really don't need him this game. And so we'll see how that plays out. But again, Trey Pipkins is back too. Now, I will say Jamari played great last week and Foster Sorrell. So I'm curious to see who gets the start. I would think Trey would, but, we shall see. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, this one's great. Christian Fulton's back. Guys, Dean Leonard should be back as well too. Whether they play Dean or not, it will be interesting to see. I would think if they sit either one of them, I will think they might sit Dean just because the rookies have played well. Hart and also Tarheeb has looked great. And so you probably could sit him, especially with Christian Fulton back at this point. And we should get DJ Chark, as you know. Now, I will say this, interesting. Orlando Brown did not practice. Batchy did not practice. So there's two people out. And another person out right here, Charlie Jones, wide receiver. We do know Joey Burrow is dealing with some injuries, but again, he's at full. Yeah, he's a tough dude, and he'll be out there playing for sure. Of course, I did see some things that Trey Hendrickson might not be playing, which I was like, that would be great, but I think he's going to play. I know he's got some problems with his neck, and I think there are some things that he's doing, but he's already been one of the best defensive ends this year. I think he's got 11 sacks already. Absolutely incredible. So I suspect the Chargers will have a pretty clean pocket. I think if we can just mirror what we did last week versus the Titans, I think we'll be in fine shape, especially if Trey Hendrickson's a little bit banged up at this point. So we'll see. We'll give you an update tomorrow when we go live. As I said, this is obviously just the hors d'oeuvre, if you will, just the snack of the full talk about this game. But Joe Burrow, again, is a fantastic quarterback. You know that. I know that. And he's always compared to Justin Herbert. And, look, bottom line, if you like the comparison or don't like the comparison one way or the other, either way, they're both very good quarterbacks. You know that. I know that. The NFL knows that. So I think the NFL is going to be excited to see these two guys out there. But I do think, Joey Bosa is going to look really good against Joey Burrow. I think I can see some nice explosiveness. Their offensive line has had major problems. I mean, going back to this role again, Orlando Brown, very big part of their line, he's not going to be there most likely. So again, they've been banged up. They're banged up guys. So I do think there's going to be an opportunity for, Joey Bosa to get out there and just, start dry humping Joe Burrow up and down this game. So I'm excited to see that. I see what the defense can do. I really do think Jesse Minter, as we know, is just going to be a very good game player. I think we'll do a good job against him. So let's look at some comparisons. Burrow and Herbert, completion percentage, almost exactly the same. Herbert, obviously a little lower down on passer ratings at this point as well, too. Again, I think this is a big part of it. One, because he had to gel with some new wide receivers. He didn't have Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, and Mike Williams, right? So he had to figure things out with some net new faces. But we all know how accurate Justin Herbert is with the passing, and again in his touchdowns. So again, I'm a big believer that they're very similar, right? His numbers are down, largely just the fact that it's just it's a lot more running as well too this season as well. But the passer ratings are almost identical. So again, very similar comparisons. Now, I will say this: the Chargers, offensively, our wide receivers should eat. We should do very well. Again, I don't want to, but the secondary for the Bengals is not great this season, so we should do very well. So let's look at the offense in general, right? Bengals definitely have an advantage here. They're sixth league. They're scoring 27 points a game. By the way, we have not given up over 20 points a game this season. So at this point, if we can hold them under 20 points, that would be great. Now, again, we're definitely getting better, so we're hotter. We've been definitely hotter this past few games. So we'll see. Passing offense, we're 22nd. They're the fourth. So again, much better there. Again, this is where I think our defense is going to really start shining. Rushing offense, 19th, they're the 29th. So I think we're going to shut the rush down. I don't suspect they're going to do very well rushing the ball this game with us. I really do think we're going to shut them down. They're going to be throwing the ball. Now, that's either good or bad, guys, because Ja'Marr Chase is that kind of guy, dude. He is that good. So my question is, do we run three safeties and just put a serious lid on top of it, which might be the best way of doing it? We shall see. But, they're going to really try to just avoid the X plays. Now, I'm very curious how that's going to play out. Obviously, offensively, they've done better than us. Third down conversions, they're one of the best in the leagues. I mean, look at that third. Man, that's crazy, dude. Wow, they're doing great. Again, we're getting better. I think our offense is still getting better. Our offense is getting better, right? Our defense has been peaking, right? So red zone scoring, they're doing great, guys. Offensively, they are better than our team, right? They've played a lot better than us overall. Sacks allowed, 12th. We're right around the same, so it's pretty much a push. Turnovers, only 4 turnovers, which is good for us, and they've turned over the ball a lot. So actually these checks, right now, as we know and as we've already discussed, offensively, the Bengals on paper are better than the Chargers. Now, this is really where it gets interesting. So let's talk again. Christian Fulton, I think coming back will be good. We're going to need him. He's going to be all over Ja'Marr Chase. I'm very curious to see how we play Ja'Marr Chase specifically, because I would assume we'll try and double team him, whatever side he lines up on. You'll put Christian Fulton on him as a full-time. He's your guy, and then one high safety up top. Just you watch wherever Ja'Marr goes, you go. And you just try and double team that guy as much as you possibly can is the way I see it. Again, Jesse Minter knows way more about football than I ever will, but at the end of the day, I think that's my take on what he's going to do. Again, it's kind of the whole Bill Belichick, aspect, right? You double team their number one guy, and then, the number 2 guy or number 3 guy has to beat you, right? And then you could kind of, work your way down from there. But I do think that's what's going to be the case for this game specifically. But let's look at the defense. And I think this will be the great moderator for this game, right? I mean, bottom line, Chargers across the board better than, by like an absolute long shot than the Bengals, right? The Bengals are just not good. And, and it's interesting because the Bengals have Lou Anarumo. Lou Anarumo is a very good defensive coordinator. For whatever reason this season, they've just not gotten it together. And again, Trey Hendrickson's arguably the best defensive end in the NFL. So again, the defense is going to do a good job. They're going to hopefully hold them under 20 points. I think we should at least score 27 points, right? So do the math on that. We win by 7 points. That would be my prediction for this game. Again, I'm not a huge fan of predicting, but I do think we can score points. I think we can run on them. Look, points allowed, 26. They're scoring 27 points a game and they're giving up 26. Sounds just like the Chargers last year, right? They just constantly, it was a shootout every year. And so look, passing, not great. Rushing defense, not great. They're struggling. They're just not doing well. They're giving up a lot more yardage. And again, I think a lot of these yards too could even be lower because we're giving up a lot of junk yards at the end of games, especially the last 2 games. Third down conversions, man, not good. Red zone defense, not good. So I don't know what's going on with them defensively. I just really don't. It's shocking because the Bengals usually are a very good defense, and it's just a little bit surprised. And again, sacks, dude, that's Trey Hendrickson. He's got 11 of these, right? So you eliminate Trey Hendrickson, then there's no there's no pressures on Justin Herbert, right? So, and they're not doing great on takeaway. So, look, my point is this, guys. I do think that the Chargers on paper looks like they should win this game. Now, again, it's going to really boil down to, can you stop Jamar Chase? Can you slow down Joe Burrow? I think the pass rush is going to be absolutely gigantic. That's why not having Khalil Mack could be bad. But we now finally have Joey Bosa back. Bud Dupree looks good. And we all know what Thule's doing, man. Thule looks amazing, guys. And guys, Poona Ford's incredible. Tear Tart looks good. I mean, I just feel like we can put enough pressure on him, even with what we have now. Even if Khalil Mack sits, we should be in good shape. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Obviously, smash that like button. Again, we are going live tomorrow, and we're going to talk more about it as well, too. So plenty to talk about. As always, Andrew Boltbro. See you guys in the next one.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.